All white people are racist, all men are misogynistic, all cisgender people are transphobic, all members of a majority are biased against the members of the minority or oppressed group. In fact, most people are racist, misogynistic, transphobic, ableist, etc.
He, she, it, whatever, it's gross, is right. So today, boys and girls, I'm gonna go over how a white, heterosexual, cisgender male thinks. Now, we are a very misunderstood group, so if you're not part of this group, I want you to pay attention. You're gonna learn some things, because I'm gonna go over facts that have never been spoken of before. And I do expect all of you to share this video, either because you're part of this group, and it's like you saying, look, Kevin explained it so I didn't have to. This is who I am. Or maybe you're not part of this group, but you know someone who is. It's like you saying, look, I finally get it now. I can tolerate you. Now, this video is about tolerance, and quick disclaimer before I go any further, some of you are getting ahead of yourselves, getting a little overprivileged, thinking, look, I'm white, I'm good, I'm heterosexual, I'm fine. No, it's not how it works. It's okay if you're in one of those categories, it's better than not being in one of those categories, but unless you fit into all four of those categories at the same time, you are not important. Sorry, not sorry. See, at birth, we, the majority, chose to be in that group. We got the little checklist, and we checked those things off. You wanted to be different. You were like, what sounds fun? Being gay, black, female? Not my fault. You didn't have the common fucking sense to do the right thing. Bet you feel pretty silly right about now, don't you?
KevinTThoms.
Not all white people are racist. Not all white people, not all white people, not all white people. And this is white people as well as black people that love to say this. And I'm just here to let you know, public service announcement, yes, all white people. All white people are racist. And the reason why all white people are racist is because all white people are born into and raised in a racist white supremacist society that instills racist white supremacist ideals within them. And until they say, you know what, I am racist. I was born into this racist society that instilled me with certain beliefs of superiority, white supremacy, as well as certain beliefs about black people and other minorities, and I maybe need to stop and take a step back and unlearn all these things. They cannot be your friends, they cannot be your allies, they cannot hang out with you, they cannot date you.
I am so glad she got that off her chest, because there are some things that I'd like to get off my chest. You see, all white people are racist. All white people have one of these hoods lying around because we're just waiting for the day that there's a good old hate rally and we don't want to be unprepared. Sometimes us white people do silly things too. Like the other day I woke up, walked into the bathroom, looked in the mirror, my eyes hadn't opened completely yet because I was still pretty tired, and I broke the fucking mirror because I thought it was a goddamn Chinaman hiding in my bathroom. Funny story, but you know what? We're human. We make errors like that all the time. And I know what you're thinking, black people. Well, my best friend Melissa's white, and she's not racist at all. Or my husband Tommy's white, and he's not racist. Well, that's incorrect. And that's unfortunate for you. You see, as white people, we can't help it. We're only just waiting for the day that you turn your back so we can light a cross on your front fucking lawn. And then the white people that marry people of other colors, they're the smartest ones of us because they just wait until you fall asleep and then one day they're gonna sell you into slavery. It's going to happen because as white people, we're pretty confident that we can bring slavery back. And this time, it's not just gonna be for the blacks, it's gonna be for all non-whites. What can I say? White power, right?
The reason heterosexuals are so regularly stupid and or ignorant is because they were lucky enough to be born into a world that primarily automatically accepts them for who they are. Many of them never experienced what it's like to be rejected for who they naturally were. They don't know about the hardship in your life, what it's like to discover that you're naturally something that many members of society frown upon for no good reason. People who are homosexual are often faced with a challenge that forces them to grow, to understand the differences between people. It doesn't allow them to just mindlessly go with the majority.
You see, I find this to be slightly slightly intolerant. It's not that heterosexuals are stupid, it's just that they don't understand why gay people choose to be gay. I mean, at birth, I chose to be heterosexual, why didn't you? And to understand disorders like transgenderism, first we have to understand the psychological disorder that is homosexuality. As children, homosexuals would try to get the attention of their heterosexual parents who conceived them naturally, by the way, and they would sit there and go, look at me, look how high I can jump. And the parents would pay them no attention. So eventually the kids start thinking, I wonder what I can do. I know, I can shove a cock in my mouth. And it stuck, literally. And so they grew up like that because they're just attention seekers. And I'm not referring to lesbians either, because we can all agree that woman-on-woman action is hot, so that should be encouraged. And as Onion Fucker said in the video, heterosexuals don't understand hardships at all. We actually throw heterosexual privilege parties, always in secret from the gays too. Last week, Chauncey told me a funny joke that he had. Why did the gay man cross the road? Give up? Because we were chasing him. And lastly, as heterosexuals, we know that the AIDS that we invented didn't do its job correctly, just like the crack didn't kill all the blacks. So we tolerate, for now, the homosexuals because they're good at interior decoration, and we thought we'd give our women a break. Notice the possessive pronoun our in that sentence. We'll get to that later.
So, for those of you who've been living under a privileged rock your entire life and don't know what cis means, it's short for cisgender. The doctor took 5 seconds to look at your baby genitals and say, you are going to be this person. And by some astronomical coincidence, you grew up and said, meh. Well, a lot of people have problem with this, and in particular, trans feminine people who have been most hurt by cis supremacy. There is a lot of pent-up anger, and understandably so. Transgender people are pissed the fuck off that we constantly have to be beaten down by the sissies.
Alright, I'm gonna stop you right there, you weirdo. I can't take you seriously looking like that. It doesn't make sense to me. And since it doesn't make sense to me, I'm not gonna validate any of your emotions. Now, I know the word cisgender will confuse a lot of you, as it confused me when I first got back to this country. The definition of cisgender is a man or a woman who identifies with their biological gender, as in you're born with a penis and you identify as a man. They call that cisgender. They, as in the transgender folk. They come up with cute little names on things because they have to categorize everything. Another thing they love to do is they love to complain about their struggles. And the thing is they found out that heterosexual men enjoyed watching woman-on-woman action, which is hot. So they figured, hey, you know what's not hot? Transgender woman-on-woman action. So they started shaving their heads and taking testosterone pills. So it was a huge fuck you to heterosexual males, and we're pretty pissed off about it. You see, they're an interesting bunch, these hybrid gays. They kinda woke up one day, formed a little committee, and they thought, you know what? Things are starting to get better for us, you know. They're starting to tolerate us more. They're legalizing gay marriage. What do? I know, we'll confuse them even more. So the men started putting on dresses and the women stopped shaving their legs. And we have to stop this. So this is the cisgender response to transgenderism. Stop shitting on the Bible. And just to clarify this, transgender people keep complaining that they're being marginalized. Well, you make up 0.3% of the population. You aren't even a fraction of a margin. There are more Native Americans in this country than you, and I remember what we did to them, so keep bitching, but don't say I didn't warn you when you contract smallpox.
The reason that feminism is primarily concerned with sexism that women face, and not so much that men face, is because women are the minority or the oppressed group. For something to be considered
Hold on,
oppression,
sweetheart. Damn! This is a man's video. We don't have the time to listen to you talk about painting your neck. smiles and shopping. Now, this is kind of a difficult subject. You see, there are a lot of women out there who claim that men are misogynistic, which means men who hate women. This is simply untrue, because women are mere objects for men to possess. So we can't hate women any more than we could hate a deck of playing cards or a lamp. But we certainly don't love them. Now, to understand this subject in greater detail, we have to remember one crucial fact. Women are dumb. And I mean this in the nicest of ways possible, but women are retarded. Scientists have come out recently and proven that a woman's brain is tiny, like the size of a medium-sized walnut. Scientists actually conducted a global study where they took 10,000 women from around the world and they asked them, "What would you like for dinner?" And they all responded with, I don't know. So here's some hard evidence for you. I was dating this girl for a couple of years, left the country, came back after a couple of months, and she was dead. Because I had written her a note to tell her what to eat, but silly me forgot that women can't read, so she starved to death. And if I had loved her, that could have been quite upsetting. And another argument that women love to bring up is, well, your mothers are all women, do you hate them too? And they say that nothing quite compares to a mother's love. But the truth of that is, women don't know how to love, because love is a complex emotion and love is a complex thought. The only thing women know how to do is be vindictive, spiteful, hateful animals whose only enjoyment in this world is eating diamonds and they're young. Now, women are always bitching about being oppressed too. So think about this, ladies. If it wasn't for us men, you'd be sitting in a dark room, no internet, no TV, no roof over your head, no fancy shoes, record players, and purses. So I think a little thanks are in order. Also, we have to deal with your menstruation, which is your fault anyway. If Eve would have never eaten the apple, we'd all be doing pretty good right about now. But no, you got tricked by an animal that doesn't even have fucking arms. So ladies, what I'm getting at, do you see what it is? Can you just stop menstruating? We'd like you a whole lot more if you would do that for us. Thank you. So by now you should have a pretty clear understanding of what it's like to be a white, cisgender, heterosexual male. And that's why I need you to share this video, so the whole world can see how we really think. Because being in this group means that life is always extremely easy for us at any given time, because we own everything. So if you don't want us to take the rights away that we have given you, then I'd watch my fucking mouth. Oh, wait a minute. I don't actually believe in any of that? I've just been told that's what I'm supposed to believe in by people who aren't me, by people who put me into a category and say, well, this is who you are because you were born this way. Well, what I think you should do is shut the fuck up and stop telling me how I feel. I don't hate minorities. I don't hate black people. I don't hate transgender people. I don't hate women. I don't hate gays. I don't give a fuck what bathroom you piss in. I like to piss outside anyway. So stop telling me who I am because I was born a certain way. Because I'm not asking you to apologize for what you were born as. None of us should have to apologize for that shit. Fuck. Buzzkill. Let's get to the best captions from last video's picture. Alright, now try to think of a caption for this one. Alright then, well I'm just gonna go and count all my privileges, so I probably won't see you for a while. Love you! And to the people who've been sending me messages over the last couple of weeks telling me that I'm a bad role model, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take out a piece of paper and write down how bad of a person you think I am. And then take that piece of paper, ball it up, put it into a ball and cat pistol, and shoot yourself in the fucking head.